Uy! Ang creepy nito oh. May pa. Hello YouTube! Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Dandan. For today's video ay magre-react tayo sa video ni Tiray Kehidupan. Taga Indonesia ito. Malamang nakakatakot ang mga video na to. Mga exploration. So wala nang mga madaming salita ano. Simulan na natin to. Bago simulan ng iba. Let's go!
This creepy video is one of the exploration recordings taken directly in an abandoned building located in Kebumen. The building was formerly a hospital built during the Dutch colonial era and has been abandoned for 25 years.
Ano? For 25 years? Grabe, ang daming multo niyan.
And since then, the building is now known to be quite haunted with a series of myths that have developed in the local community. Feeling curious and wanting to prove how much influence the supernatural activity in the place, a man named Gary and his friend are trying to test their courage by exploring various...
Paano pa lang, ang creepy niya, no? Morgue yan eh. Diyan yung mga nilalatag yung mga ano, iniihaw. Mali, ano ba yun? Yung parang inimbalsa mo, no?
Rooms in the place. And throughout the recording, it is said that he captured various scary moments, one of which is the following scary moment. Pay close attention.
Tone it down a little. Tone it down a little. قلوب ربنا مالك ناس إله ناس من الرسول خاتم النبي وصول الناس من الجنة يا ساعة الموت يا لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. السلام على عباد الله الصالحين شيم. السلام عليكم. وعليكم السلام.
Uy! Grabe, ang bilis ng mata ko eh. Ito, ulo ng babae ata to. Ang dilim, no? Ano, multo talaga to eh.
يا خمول.
Pang bigla nawala eh. Okay, wala.
Hey! I swear!
Uy, sa ano? Ano to? Nakasilip yun. Parang nakasilip.
Who is outside? I am inside.
Hugis tao yun ah. Ang bilis. Grabe.
As we see in the recording, one of them seems to experience various surprising things.
Ay naman, papamura ka talaga eh. Creepy.
When entering one of the rooms in the morgue, he saw the appearance of a head, which then mysteriously disappeared. Then followed by the appearance of a Pokong figure, which seemed to try to approach him several times.
Huwag po kung ano siya. Akala ko, pag humabol siya, lumulundag-lundag lang. Ito nakalutang, ang bilis eh. No? Ano ba, may kasama ba siya? Lakas ng sigaw eh.
Bango! Bango! Hey! Wait!
Grabe sigaw na yan, no? Putsa. Takot na takot talagang sigaw eh. Palahaw eh.
And in the midst of the panic that was now starting to make him afraid, then he decided to look for his friend who was in a different room. But
may kasama nga. Pupuntahan niya yung sa ibang room. Nandun yung kasama niya,
again, unexpectedly, before finally leaving the building, pay attention to this, which was, again, recorded.
grabe to. Ang dami ko ng gulat ah. Grabe, kakatakot ang lugar na to. Ang daming multo.
Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! Allah! Allah!
Next video is a recording taken by old man while traveling at night. The recording shows a street.
Nakakatakot tong lugar na to, no? Magano ka, bibiyahe ka, ikaw lang mag-isa, ganito dadaanan mo, lang kabahay-bahay. Wait.
That looked so dark and quiet. Initially, everything seemed to be going normally. Nothing strange happened there. He was casually walking along the road while chatting with his friend, but not long after that, suddenly they were shocked when they found something strange and scary like this.
Uy! Ang creepy nito, oh. Tapos ikaw lang mag-isa bibiyahe ng makakakita ka pa ng ganyan, tutuloy ka pa ba? No. Nakakatakot to.
Ayun!
Hinintuan pa? Wait. Nawala.
Bana mı öyle geldi? Abi o neydi? Öne gitti. Dur öne dur. Çıkalım mı?
Nilabasan pa nila eh. Ang tindi nito.
Işıkları da çıkartmadım ben daha önce. Az bir saniye. Nereye gitti Cemal ya? Ben mi yanlış gördüm?
As we witnessed, a strange moment seemed to occur in the middle of their journey while passing through the deserted road. The recording seemed to have captured the figure of a mysterious woman who was seen standing frozen on the left side of the road.
Ang puti ng mukha tapos parang ang itim ng dito ng mata.
Those who saw it at the time certainly felt strange because how could a woman be seen standing alone on such a dark and deserted road? But what made them even more astonished was that the figure suddenly disappeared without a trace in the blink of an eye. Those who were truly curious at the time finally decided to stop and try to confirm that what they saw was not the pareidolia effect, which someone might experience when driving on a dark road far from residential areas. However, after they carefully checked the conditions of the place where the figure was seen, they became even more confused. And after reviewing the recording, they strongly suspected that what they saw was not a human, but could be a ghost.
Ang creepy, no? Inano pa nila kung talaga, kung tao talaga o multo. Hindi tao. It's a ghost. My God! Ang palahibo ko!
Figure that is said to have also been experienced by several drivers while passing through the road. The next frightening recording shows two men from Kalimantan who, that night, they said they decided to go solo camping in a forest location that has a mystical history. There is not much explanation regarding the history of the location. However, throughout their activities there, they said they felt uneasy with the emergence of strange sounds, even the sound of someone's footsteps that continued to terrorize them, though they decided to be vigilant while monitoring the situation around the tent.
Allahu Akbar.
Parang may tumatakbo eh.
And sure enough, not long afterward, they were truly shocked by the appearance of a figure like this.
Labo. Labo, hindi nakikita yung mukha. Hindi nagpo-focus ang camera eh. Ino. Oh, ang creepy oh, nakakatakot to oh. Grabe. Matandang ano ba to? Oh. Ah. Ah.
Bismillah.
Grabe, nakatitig lang sa kanila eh.
Still.
We can see at that moment they were
Oh, grabe no. Nakatitig lang. Siguro kung ako tapos ganyan, kasi siyempre matapang na eh. Tapos may dala kong itak, so sugurin ko siguro eh, no. Di lang siguro ako titingin eh. No? Iwan ko. Iwan ko lang.
suddenly shocked when they heard the sound of footsteps again, which were now increasingly clear, approaching them. And when they chose to hide in the tent, they were even more frightened. Yeah. After seeing the appearance of a woman who was faintly visible, staring at the tent from behind the darkness, Alien. Her figure had a pale face and looked very scary, so they decided to stay.
Yun yung tingin ng mata eh. Ang ano eh. Nakakatakot ang titig niya eh.
Hidden in their tent. Until finally the figure also faintly disappeared behind the darkness. But the horror did not stop there. In the midst of increasing anxiety and fear, suddenly...
While reciting prayers, keep reciting prayers, read prayers.
Tayo na sinisilip pa sila. Balahibo ko. Ang creepy. Nakakatakot. Sinilip pa.
Do not disturb us, grandfather, do not disturb us. Day over. My wife is still expected to be expected. Don't see anything.
Two young men from
Utang, nakakatakot yun. Sisilipin ka ng ganung ano. Ganung nakakatakot ang mukha.
Bandung reportedly had a scary
Talsiklaway ko. Grabe. Yung balahibo ng ano ko. Tatayuan eh. Nakakaramdam ako na ano eh. Yung natatain na parang iwan na hindi. Ayoko bumaba.
experience while passing a quiet road in a plantation area, where during the trip both claimed to have seen the apparition of a white figure standing right in the middle of the road and making them shiver in fear.
Allahu Akbar. Subhanallah.
That one once.
Subhanallah. Allahu Akbar.
Hello, same here. Hello!
Allahu Akbar.
Hello! Wow, fog, sir. Hey, Hasep. Same. Hey? Where is the guardian? Kelowna. Sir. Allahu Akbar. Stay tuned for HP. Thank God, sir. Stay tuned.
Liwanag ng mata.
Allah's great. Tight, sir, tight. Allahu Akbar. Sama ni, yung people nga lagwahan niya. Hampura bising nga ganggu. Hampura pisan. Bising mana nga ganggu. Luckily I had a flashlight. Allahu Akbar. Yun naon urang teh geos ni Disney terus naman diyan Master. Ya Allah. Ning sega. Ikaw malayang sir.
Ang puti.
Asa na yung?
Nakatali talaga eh, no? Ang puti, oh.
As we have seen from the circulating footage, the apparition appears to be in the form of a shroud with a black face and glowing white eyes. The figure appears to be standing still, as if blocking the path they want to take. Because they don't want to take any risks, the two young men finally choose to turn around and find another way.
Parang edited lang to eh. Parang edited lang ata to eh.
Allahu Akbar.
A frightening recording was captured by a man who one night dared to do solo camping activities in a forest area that has scary stories and myths. He admitted to being curious and wanted to prove for himself the truth of the various myths in that place. Armed with equipment including a CCTV camera that is now installed in front of the tent, he also hopes to capture the moments of interaction that occur in that place. Body. And sure enough, although at the beginning of the recording it seemed to go normally, but at the end of the recording he did not expect that his CCTV camera managed to record something scary. As follows, pay attention.
Edited ba yan? Baka ramdam nyo, tingin nyo, edited ba to? Ito? Ay hindi, hirap i-edit yan, no?
Behind the darkness of the night, an unusually shaped figure faintly began
Naka-night
to
vision pa to
appear.
eh.
The figure was so clearly shaped like a kuntalanak and stood staring at the camera from behind a tree. Even the figure was heard laughing, so that the man heard it before finally disappearing again.
Biglang
Who
sumulpot
knows
eh.
where?
Tapos nawala. Oh? Edited ba? Mahirap i-edit atan yan eh. Sinang creepy pa rin.
Video was recorded by a man who experienced a scary incident while crossing a forest area at night. In the middle of the trip, he was forced to stop his truck in a dark and deserted location because he suspected he had experienced engine problems in his vehicle. And to make sure what happened, the man then started to get out of the truck and tried to check the bottom of the vehicle. But a few moments later, a strange, difficult to explain event suddenly occurred. Pay close attention.
Ano kaya sa ayan ano yung mobile start niya? Unahon.
Ito yung mahirap eh, no? Masisiraan ka sa kalagitnaan ng biyahe tapos sakto pa sa kagubatan, no? Nakakatakot ang lugar na yan. No, ganyan, masisiraan ka. Talaga naman. May pa. My God.
As we see when he lowered his head and looked under the truck, the camera has recorded something that makes the hairs on the back of his neck stand on end, which is right behind the
Binti yan. Ang creepy.
vehicle. There is the appearance of a pair of mysterious feet that look as if they are standing floating. The appearance was only visible for a few seconds, because once the man realized the strange appearance, the man immediately panicked and without thinking, he immediately ran away from his car because he was scared. The next video shows a man who decided to conduct a paranormal investigation in a swamp forest location that he thought was quite haunted. He admitted to being curious and trying to determine whether the place was truly haunted or just an
Sarap mag-newsyan dyan sa lugar na yan, no? Malamig ang klima niyan.
unproven myth. Shortly throughout the recording, at first he thought that everything seemed normal. However, without realizing it at the beginning of the recording, There was an oddity that he only discovered after rechecking the recording.
Parang may umiiyak eh.
As recorded by his camera in the minutes before he finally decided to move the camera position, a strange sound was heard quite clearly coming from not far from behind the tent. Even at this moment, a white figure was clearly visible. It appeared to be recorded with a shape resembling a kuntilanak, which he seemed to realize was already standing among the bushes.
Uhuy! Liwanag oh. Nakuna no. Grabe, di niya napapansin.
But the horror did not end there, that's all. A few moments later, the moaning sound was suddenly heard again.
Parang ibon talagang iyak eh.
He felt that what he had just heard was a sign that a supernatural interaction was starting to occur. And without thinking, he decided to immediately install a CCTV camera. And sure enough, what was seen in the recording was truly terrifying. Take a closer look.
Yun no. Grabe ang buhok yan ah.
We can see that the CCTV camera appears to have captured a frightening moment with a figure resembling a kuntilanak.
Ganitong hindi ako kumbinsido na to. Parang edited eh. No? Para sa akin lang ah.
Appears with long, flowing hair covering its body. Recognizing the voice without a second thought, he rushed to check his CCTV monitor. But unfortunately, before the figure finally disappeared, he chose to remain inside the tent without daring to confirm it.
Wala oh. So ayun nga no, grabe. Ang dami kong gulat sa video na to. Talagang tumayo ang balahibo ko eh. Nakakatakot. Meron lang ibang video na parang hindi ako kumbinsido na kasi parang edited eh, no? So yun lang, kung nagustuhan ninyo ang video na to, please subscribe my YouTube channel, mga boss, madam.